Hey everyone, David McDonald from Vitality Fitness Calgary. Today we're going to talk about a topic that not a lot of fitness professionals are really talking about, and it's really a topic that's not discussed, and it needs to be discussed more. And it needs to be discussed more so clients have a realistic expectation in terms of what's achievable for them. You know, one of the big things that we forget in the fitness industry, in the health industry, is that if you want to reach any goal, there's a cost. And there's a price for achieving any goal that you want. That's what we're going to talk about today, the cost for reaching your goals. You can apply that to anything in life, whether that's, a job, a career, whether that's a promotion you want to have, maybe you want to make more money, maybe you want to have a better relationship with your spouse. There's a cost for getting there. And we tend to forget that. And the fitness industry is very guilty in terms of marketing to us the easy solution and the quick fix, and you only need to work out 2 or 3 days a week and you can get a toned and shredded body. And to be quite honest, it's bullshit. I mean, there's a cost for reaching every one of your goals, whether it be fitness, whether it be a life goal. And the more significant the goal and the harder the goal, the more challenging the goal, the bigger price we need to pay to reach that goal. We're going to talk a little bit about what we mean by the cost or the price. When I think of the cost or the price, what I really think of is, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to trade to reach that goal? And some of the things that we can talk about, let's start with diet. I mean, a lot of people think, I can continue to drink alcohol and continue to eat what I want and still lose the weight that I want to lose. And that's not realistic. I mean, do you have to give those things up? No, but you have to significantly reduce what you're doing in that area. You can't be drinking a bottle of wine, a night and expect to lose the next 50 or 60 pounds if that's your goal. That's just not realistic. That's a habit you have to look at, and you have to look at changing. Maybe instead of going for a bottle a night, you maybe cut that back to a bottle a week to start. That's just one simple example. Diet's another example. If you really, really want to see progress with your health and fitness goals, there has to be diet changes. You have to look at modifying and changing your diet, and for some people, simplifying your diet. You can't just eat what you want, when you want, without any regard for portion sizes or tracking or any of that. You have to start paying attention to that. So I've never met anyone who's made any kind of significant change with their weight or their inches or their body, and they haven't gotten really diligent with the nutrition. So that's another price, is changing your diet, and that's very difficult. We live in a world of food abundance. There's food at our fingertips. Our social gatherings are based around food. Everything is based around food. So those pressures, to want to eat unhealthy food are always there, and they're always in our face, and we have to be willing to overcome that. So diet changes are another big one. Working out. If you want to lose 50, 60 pounds, working out 2 to 3 days a week, fine at the beginning, but if you want to sustain those results and you actually want to reach that end goal of the last 50 to 60 pounds, you're going to have to work out more than that. You're going to have to look at upping that to 5, 6 days a week down the road. And the reason why is you are going to plateau. 2 to 3 days a week is only going to get you so far. Okay, it's only going to allow you to lose so much weight. You're only going to make so much change. Your body is going to adapt very quickly to that frequency, and you need to increase that frequency. And for some people, that's going to require 5, 6 days a week of activity. Weight training, cardio, things like that. Even exercises. Unfortunately, we see this at the gym sometimes where, we have clients lifting the same weight, and they've been lifting that same weight for the last 6, 7 months. And, that's fine, but if you want to see any kind of change, you have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to increase your weight or increase the difficulty of the exercise. I'll give you guys an example. So today I was working out with one of the trainers at Vitality Fitness, Jason, and him and I did a core exercise we haven't done for a while. It's something that neither one of us had really done for probably the last 6 or 7 months. And man, did that ever get us out of our comfort zone. I'm already feeling it in my abs, and it's like 3 hours after the workout. But what we learned from that was, wow, we need to do this exercise a lot more, because clearly we need to challenge ourselves more. Clearly we have not been pushing the envelope, and we haven't been, working to the intensity that we need to work at. So just another small example. So guys, when we talk about costs and prices to pay for reaching your goals, that's what we're talking about. Another one is free time. If you want to reach your health and fitness goals, you might have to give up some TV time. Maybe you have to cut your Facebook time now. Maybe you have to cut your Netflix time now. And that time is going to be used to get that extra workout in, or that frees up that extra hour that you can prep some healthy food. And then the next day comes around and you're not going, out for lunch, or you're not going and grabbing a burger at A&W. You have healthy food on hand. You're not just reacting, you're prepared, you're planned, you have food on hand. So these are the big things that we're talking about when it comes to prices and costs for reaching your goals, and there's no way around it. If you want to achieve anything in your life, there's always a cost, there's always a price, there's always something we have to give up, there's always a trade-off. So the sooner you can recognize that, the better, because then you can start setting realistic goals. And the other great part about that is maybe you start to realize when you go through that process of understanding what you have to trade off or give up, maybe you go through that process and you realize, I don't really want to lose 50 or 60 pounds. That's not something that I'm actually that committed to. I'm not that committed to making those changes, and that can relieve you. There can be a sense of relief that can come with that. So it allows you to set realistic goals and realistic expectations for yourself, and it doesn't set you up to fail. Because at the end of the day, we want to feel like we're succeeding, we're making progress, we're improving, and we're moving forward. So some food for thought, guys. Always look at the costs of what it takes to achieve your goals, and you always want to weigh those in. You always want to factor those in when it comes to setting any kind of health and fitness goal. I'm David McDonald from Vitality Fitness Calgary. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.